Welcome to the WVU Football Sports Chat on thedepost.com. I'm Todd Murray, along with our WVU football writer, Joey LoMonaco. And Joey, the Mountaineers coming off a 44-0 season-opening victory against Georgia Southern. Obviously, first home game, night game, everyone's fired up to play that. Now Saturday, Liberty comes in here for a 3 p.m. start. Obviously, they've got to be ready for this game as well.
Yeah, I mean, as many positives as there were in that season opener, that 44-0 kind of dismantling of Georgia Southern, there were a few things that the coaching staff, the players really weren't happy with. I talked to wideout Jordan Thompson yesterday. He said, when you look at that red zone efficiency, we take that as a loss. 3 times in the first half of that game, they had to settle for Josh Lambert field goals when they were pushing, when they had driven the length of the field essentially, and they weren't able to finish it. Red zone efficiency is one thing they really want to improve.
Right. Obviously, high hopes for the defense coming in. They certainly didn't disappoint Saturday night. Last year, a big issue was forcing turnovers, and they were able to do that against Georgia Southern. It had to be a great sign.
Yeah, I mean, you get that fumble recovery in the first quarter that kind of starts things off for Carl Joseph. He would have a lot to come later in the night with those 3 interceptions all in the third quarter. I talked to Tony Gibson yesterday. He said, you look at the interception stats from this past season, and the totals are down. WVU's not anywhere near the top in interceptions nationally, but if they just caught the balls that they could have intercepted, those numbers would have looked a lot different. So it's a situation where WVU's DBs are just catching better.
Well, Liberty team coached by Turner Gill, and longtime fans of college football remember him as Nebraska's great quarterback there in the 1980s under those Tom Osborne, Cornhusker teams, and had a tough run at Kansas there in the Big 12, but has settled in here at Liberty. What are you hearing about what he's doing there with that program?
Well, it's funny that you say that about his playing days, because that's the first thing Dana Holgorsen thought of when he thought of Turner Gill and going up against him. There was once, actually in 2010, when Kansas played Oklahoma State, when Dana Holgorsen was the offensive coordinator there, and Oklahoma State beat them pretty handily at the time. But Turner Gill, he's done some good things at Buffalo. He's taken this Liberty team to the playoffs this past year, and they come into this game as the 13th ranked team in the country in the FCS poll.
Any players on Liberty that stand out, particularly on the offensive side?
Yeah, forgive me for pronunciation here, but Chima Uzowehi, he's 1.5 sacks shy of the Big South Conference sack record all time. Talking to WVU's coaches, they expect Liberty to generate a lot more of a push with their defensive line than Georgia Southern did. Some of those young offensive tackles, Yadni Kajuste in particular, they're going to have to hold up a lot more, because these are, pro-style pass rushers they're going to go up against with Liberty.
All right. It should be interesting to see how it all plays out Saturday afternoon. Joey, thank you for your time. Please continue to follow our WVU football coverage on thedepost.com.